Hello, everyone, and welcome to EKU Football's Week 9 press conference. Joined as always by head football coach Walt Wells. And today we're also joined by defensive lineman Jeremiah Bailey and running back Braden Latham. We'll start with coach's opening statements about last week and this upcoming homecoming game against number 3 Tarleton State. And then we'll open it up to questions from the media. So, coach, with that, take it away.
All right. Thanks for everybody being here today. Appreciate you showing up and looking forward to this week. But very disappointed last week. But a lot of that credit goes to North Alabama and their staff and their players. They did a great job. They came out well prepared. They executed at a high level and played extremely hard. And so kudos to them. And we got out coached, and we've got to do a better job of coaching, and then we've got to do a better job of playing. And so that's how that went last week, and nobody's more disappointed than the men in that locker room, and the coaches in this building right here. So we can't let UNA beat us twice because we got a really good football team coming in here. Number 3, Tarleton State, who we've had a great, rivalry against. And the last 3 or 4 years, I think it has been, they've been a great addition to the UAC and the ASUN. The same time we came in, and they do a great job. And Coach Witten and his team is playing at a high level, and we know that, and expect nothing but their best coming in here. Homecoming for us, and I'm sure they're taking that and using it, and all the good things that come with that. So we got to have a great week of practice and prepare well, and then go out and execute and play with great effort and great toughness to have a chance to win this game. So excited about the opportunity to bring them into Roy Kidd Stadium, and look forward to it. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions.
All right, Michael, WBON, and then we'll go to Noah.
Coach, I know I saw the update on Jalen. Obviously, a very scary situation. When you have something like that go on in any point in the game, but like, how do you try to continue? What do you say to the team to try to get out there and finish the game? Like, what was the conversations like between you and the officials? Was there ever a conversation about maybe ending the game there with that when that injury occurred?
I don't think once we knew what was really going on that there was a conversation about ending the game. I think it's a hard situation to be involved in when you see one of your players, unconscious for 20, 30 seconds, and you don't know what the ramifications of that are. Everybody knows when they step out on that field that there's possibilities of that. I hate to say it like that, but anybody that's played this great game has understood that when they go out there. And Jalen, of all people, he's got great toughness, and a great spirit, and he understood that. And it was unfortunate what happened. Nothing illegal. When you watch the hit over again, it was a clean hit. At least from what I've seen in our angles. And so, unfortunately, that's what happened. And, he got back to, we saw him moving his extremities, very well as time came on, as we were sitting around there. And so I felt like, as we move forward, to let the medical people do their job, make sure that everything's fine, get him away. And then before we went back out, I just gathered the team up and said, hey, man, it looks like he's going to be fine. We got to get tests run, make sure everything's good. Then if the tests aren't good, they're going to take him to a different place. But if the tests are good, then he'll be home tomorrow. And so, let's go out and finish this game the way Jaymont would want us to finish it. And that's, playing hard, playing with great effort, and representing, not only EKU, but him the right way.
Homecoming's obviously always a big deal, but you throw on top of it, bringing in the number 3 team in the country. You talk about the importance of coming out and obviously a win is important, but just being able to put a game plan together and coming out Saturday and making sure that you guys execute the way you know you can.
Well, I mean, I think you take our last 2 games and dissect them, and that's what that's my job, and that's what I've been doing. what happened from the Austin P game to the UNA game? Why did we come out the way we did at Austin P and play the way we did? And why did we come out and play the way we did at UNA? Let's give credit where credit is due again to UNA and how they prepared and how they played us. But let's also look at ourselves and figure out, what we could do better. What could we do to play at a standard that we have around here and that we've established around here? Our team. Let's not talk about the teams in the past and the teams that even I've had in the past. Let's talk about the week before, the standard we played with the week before against a really, really ranked good football team. And then to come out and do what we did, there's some immaturities there that we've got to continue to learn and grow from. Coaching wise, we have to do a better job of motivating and implicating and making sure that our guys are ready to go. We're looking at different ways to travel as we speak and see if there's something we can do to help our travel situation. And then and then we have to go out and do it. I mean, our second core value is purpose. Consistency and performance with a championship mindset. We had none of that Saturday night, and that's what we have to raise to and understand that when you do good things, people are going to put a target on you. And you have to be ready for that target. That's what's impressive about Tarleton State. I mean, they're 7-0, and people have a target on them each and every week, and they're responding to what the challenge is, and that's what we have to be.
All right, last one for me. What are the keys for a victory? Obviously, you look at the film and kind of break things down as you go throughout the week. But right now, as you guys stand, what do you think the biggest key is to coming out and getting a victory and knocking off the number 3 team in the country?
Well, I mean, I think we got to play with incredible toughness, effort, and execution is number one. I mean, I think if you go out and do the things you're supposed to do and play the way you're capable of playing, I think you give yourself an opportunity. Number two is you can't turn the ball over, and you got to create turnovers. And number three is you've got to limit their explosive plays, which they have a wealth of, and we have to create explosive plays ourselves. I think those are the keys to victory every week. You have to be consistent in what you do, and you have to go out and do those things. We're going to have a great crowd, I'm assuming, the homecoming week. I hadn't looked at the weather totally yet. I know there's a little call maybe for some rain, but I'm expecting a great crowd. We had a great crowd the other 2 games we played here. We've given everybody a reason to show up to Roy Kidd before. And we're expecting those people to make a difference in the game. We need them to make a difference in the game. And, it is what it is. They're the number 3 team in the nation, and deservedly so. But, that's a great opportunity, in my opinion. I mean, great moments come from great opportunities, and we've got the greatest opportunity of the season coming up. And so we have to make sure that we understand that. And it starts with practice. It doesn't start on Saturday. It starts with practice.
All right, Noah, WLEX.
Coach, by just about every offensive metric, this Tarleton State team has performed incredibly. How do you go about game planning for a team that offensively doesn't really have an obvious hole? Like, they pass well, they run well, and they don't turn the ball over. So how do you guys prepare for that?
Well, I think the first thing that's a great question. And there's not a lot of holes in their offense. I think you start off with their quarterback. He's back. Victor's back, and he played well against West Georgia. And looks like there's no problems with his injury that he had. So and they're getting their tailbacks back, and so they're going to be full strength when they will roll in here. They do a great job with their RPO system. They do a great job with their run game system. And so we're going to be challenged in some areas, and we're going to have to answer the bell, to be honest with you. You always try to make a team one-dimensional, and we've got to decide, they throw the ball extremely well, and they have really good wideouts. Not that they don't have good tailbacks and a good offensive line. Not saying that, but they do. So we've got to make sure that the explosives don't come in that category. And then, we've got to play extremely hard. And so they've done a great job in doing that. we've done some things defensively too, though. So I think our defense. I mean, obviously last week did not show that, but our defense has played well most of the year. So I think the two strengths are going against each other, and I think our guys will be ready to play. I mean, there's a sense of they need to prove something, hopefully, from what's happened last week and how they performed last week. So, we're going to have to practice well and have great schemes that our guys understand.
And then on your offensive side of the ball, it seems like especially these last couple weeks really unlocked something with a little more consistency with the run game. How do you balance when that's going well, making sure that you're still keeping that a part of the game plan, but when you're down, not trying to eat too much of the clock with the run game versus getting back to the pass, which kind of happened last week and it looked like a little bit.
Yeah, when we got down 2 scores. We probably me and Andy just talked a few minutes ago, and we're just rehashing some things, and and that I'll take full blame for that. I wanted to get the ball up in the air a little more than what we had been, and we probably should have stuck with the run game with just a little more because our run game was working, and so we've got to continue to be patient with the run and make sure that we give them those opportunities. But sometimes you have to, when you get so far behind, and I wasn't for sure if we were going to get a stop, so I knew we had to get some scores, and it just didn't work out. And we've got to be more consistent on offense. I mean, we've got to grow up on offense. We've got too many mistakes, too many executions. It starts up front and it bleeds into every position. If you're not playing well up front, then guess what? You're not playing well everywhere else because the other guys don't get opportunities. We have to be more consistent in what we do up front. And when I say not playing well, it doesn't mean that there's not times that we don't play well up front. We have to be consistent in what we do. And again, I keep going back to this. It starts at practice. Our effort in practice has been great, but I was not satisfied with our mental effort. And I think I talked about that last week, at times last week. And, these young men have to understand that that's how it goes. You have to, when you walk out on the field, you have to hang everything on the fence and go get better at your craft. When you walk back off, pick all them problems back up and go do what you got to do with them. But, sometimes when you're younger, that's what you got to, it's hard to do. And so we've got to continue to help them as coaches and move them forward and get them playing a little better.
And you talked a little bit about, maybe tweaking things when you're traveling or trying to unlock a little more performance on the road, but this team has performed very well at home. How exciting is that? Not only that you get this sort of opportunity against one of the best teams in the country, but you get to do it in a place where, presumably the home crowd will be really excited to have you guys back.
Well, I hope they are. I mean, last time we were here, they were, and so I hope they come back and do a great job for us. There's still a lot of things to play for here. I mean, you look at our conference; we've got one of the strongest conferences in the FCS. Not only Tarleton, but there's plenty of teams in our conference that have been ranked and are playing at a high level and playing high level of competition. And I think that's what you're going to find out as you continue to go here. Your opportunity to continue to play football is always there. So you have to come in and be ready to play. I mean, our home crowd has been good. We have a routine at home that I think our kids have, obviously have enjoyed, and we've got to continue to enjoy that and come out and give our fans what they expect, which is tough, hard-nosed football and execute at a high level and have the game in the fourth quarter and give yourself a chance to win. And that's all you can ask for. And we have to do that. And we have to do that against a great opponent. I mean, I can't say enough about Coach Whitten and what they've done there. I mean, the fact that they've been able to maintain their players, juniors and seniors, speaks a lot to probably what's going on, in some of the world, with all the NIL and everything like that. So, that's kudos to them. but we've had our successes too, and we have those opportunities too here. So we have to grow up, and it's going to be a great game. I think a lot of people. I mean, I know there's the big blue and the big orange are going in against each other at 7:30, but we're here at 3 o'clock, and it's going to be a really good game. So I hope Richmond comes out. I hope our students. Obviously, it's homecoming, so I think our students will be there in full force. Hopefully, they'll stay for the second half and not go to their homecoming parties, and we give them that reason to stay.
All right. Coach Wells, thank you so much for your time. Always appreciate it.
All right, thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all.
All right. We'll now welcome in Jeremiah Bailey into the call. Jeremiah, you got us?
Yep, I'm good now.
All right. Michael Watkins, I'll let you lead off.
Jeremiah, when you look at the homecoming festivities and everything that come with it, and then you talk about bringing in the number three team in the country, a top five ranked team across all platforms, how important is it to come out and even if you don't win, but just put on a show and come out there and execute the way that you guys know you can execute this Saturday?
I feel like it's like us as a team, the festivities and all that, that doesn't really play a part in how we play. Because I mean, obviously, the end goal for us is the win. Like how Coach Wells says, is at the end of the day, it's either going to be a win or a loss in that win-loss column. And I don't feel like I feel like all that stuff is great for the fans. Like we need that. We need all them to come out full force, like Coach Will said, stay to the second half, and we got to be the ones to give them that show and that reason. But I mean, as far as like all the homecoming stuff, I mean, we don't really look into that because that's not what's going to give us the win. But like Coach Will said, it starts in practice. We got to come out this week better than we did last week, mentally and physically, and do all the things we did in preparation that got us the win at Austin Peay. But up at times 10.
When you have a teammate go down like Jalen did, how hard is it to, obviously have him on your mind, but also have to regroup, refocus, and still go out there and finish the game?
I mean, like Coach Wells said, we all know what comes behind playing this game. I mean, like we've heard the stories, we've seen it. I mean, it's something like this happens at least once or twice a year, whether it's college, NFL, high school, whatever. It's just a physical, violent game, and that's just something you kind of you sign up for. You know what I mean? Like when you strap that helmet on, it's like you're not thinking about it, but you know about it. You know what I mean? And it's tough to see. It's tough to take as a player, especially in the situation we were in the game. We're down and into the game, and something like that happens. It's tough because you have to finish the game, but it doesn't really like it messes with you mentally because obviously that's our brother. You know what I'm saying? You'd hate to see that happen just to anybody in general because it's a scary thing to see. But I mean, just you just got to kind of like get over it a little bit, you know what I mean, and finish the game out strong for him how he would want us to.
All right, last one for me. When you look at the team as a whole right now, and you being one of these leaders on the team, what's the message as you guys prepare this week to get back on track and to come out and do what you need to do on Saturday?
Just focus. I mean, like you could tell, obviously last week there was a lack of focus there a little bit for us, especially uh, I would say defensively. We gave up a lot of points that we shouldn't have given up. Um, but granted, like we have another opportunity this week to get better. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing you can hope for. You can't change the past. You can't go back and redo it. There's no redos in football. So, I mean, it's just making sure we still know that we have to believe in ourselves no matter what, and making sure we out there playing our hardest and being physically and mentally locked in.
All right. No.
Coach Wells kind of mentioned the being mentally locked in aspect. I know you just talked about it as well, but what exactly does that look like as you head into, this great opportunity to play one of the best teams in the country right now?
I mean, like Coach Wells said as well, it starts in practice. I mean, every rep has to be intentional. Meetings have to be intentional. The focus of detail has to be intentional with everybody, like players, coaches, staff, trainers. Like everything needs to be intentional that we do to make sure that our focus is always there and there's no lapse of focus or no distractions going on.
And the defense has, been a strong point for this team this season over the course of the season. But last week on the road maybe faltered a little bit. What changed in that game, or maybe what was a struggle that you guys are looking to fix heading into this week?
Just playing harder as a unit and just being there for each other. I mean, like it showed a little bit on the sidelines, especially like stuff went left. We kind of separated a little bit, and that's uncharacteristic of us. So, as far as us as leadership board and captains, I mean, that's on us. We got to make sure that stuff like that doesn't happen and that we're locked in as a team. So, I mean, just making sure everybody's just mentally focused. I mean, like we know we have a good football team. Like everybody's seen what we can do. Like I don't feel like nobody questions like what we're able to do. It's more of up here for us right now.
It's a big matchup. It being ranked matchup. You guys are back at home. What's kind of your pitch to the fans, or what would you say to the fans about what this sort of environment could look like on Saturday?
It's gonna be another tough, hard hitting 4 quarter game. Basically, how Austin P was. It's gonna be back and forth, neck and neck, and for us, like we say, the best defense is gonna win. If they offense don't score, we got every chance in the world to win the game. So I feel like it's gonna be a tough battle all the way to the end. I mean, we beaten them the last 3 or 4 times, I believe, and they don't like that. Obviously, you know what I mean. And we kind of messed things up for them last year and put us in a position. So I mean, I feel like it's a lot of not bad blood, but it's a lot of recent history behind this game, and it's a lot on the line with these when we play each other, and it's always a great game. So I mean, I tell the fans like just come out, be loud, support. You know what I mean, and give us every advantage to win.
All right, Jeremiah, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll now bring in running back Braden Latham. Then, BB, you got us?
Yeah, do you got me?
Yes, sir. All right, Michael.
Braden, obviously, offensive struggles have been, a huge issue this year, especially on the road. What do you think when you look at the playmakers too? I mean, it's very frustrating for you guys. So when you look at the guys you all have out there, what can you all do to correct those things and come back out this Friday and make sure or this Saturday and make sure you put on a good show?
I mean, I don't mean to like reiterate and stuff like that, but just like Jeremiah and Coach Rose is saying, it's really just the little things for real, for real. Like we just got to come out and do what we do best, and like not try to overdo or like overdo somebody else's job for real, for like it's just simple as that. We've got to make the right reads. We got to block the right people. We've just got to make the right throws, honestly. And it's just a little frustrating when we come out and like on the road, especially after a little 7 hour drive, and we just kind of lose that focus after that. Like and coming off of that Austin P win to come to like a 1-5 like North Alabama. And Coach Wills was telling us all week like these guys are gonna give you a run up for their money. Like they're 1-5, like they have nothing to lose. Like they're gonna come and try to like upset and like do whatever they have to do to just like come out with a dub, and that's what they did. So
You see the combination that you are with Brady Hensley. Talk about your relationship with him and how you guys kind of work off each other and help each other throughout the week and on game day.
so Brady's my dog. So my name's Brady and his name's Brady. So basically, we just call he calls me BB and I'll call him B, and that's my dog for real, for real. So like I go in like the first series, and if it's not 3 and out or whatever, I tell him what I see, tell him what like the defense is doing for real, just off based off the plays I have, and then like Brady will go in and we just kind of communicate off of each other for real, for real. Like we sit and watch the iPad together and this is what the D line are doing. This is what the linebackers are doing. Like, hey, watch out for that corner. He might come on like a corner blitz, or like watch out for the safety, a Sam C crash, or anything like that. Like we're just communicating. It's just been the best for real.
Last one for me. You've played in front of a homecoming crowd before, and you know what it's like when RKS is rocking, man. It's something
Yeah.
different. So talk about the importance of having a good crowd here this Saturday, and just the importance of homecoming itself for the team and you guys out there on the field.
I mean, it means a lot, especially coming off of like last week as well. Like just being away, like that 7 hour, 6 hour drive it was just not the best for us for and just coming home, seeing everybody in the stands, like seeing the support, the love of the band, the music, and like our families there just supporting us and stuff is it's just gonna mean a lot. And like honestly, we just gotta take that into effect and just stay focused, like for 4 quarters, like Bailey was saying. Like it's gonna be a hard fought game. If you want to come watch some good football, you should definitely come out and show up to the kid Saturday.
All right, no.
I know you spoke a little bit already, Braden, but like the running game in general, how has it developed over the course of the season where you guys have, really had that consistency from game to game?
I just think it's experience. Coming into the season, we kind of had like an inexperienced like O-line who hasn't like really played together for real. And like we've been kind of moving pieces like from guard to tackle or guard to center and just like switching everybody around. And then I think later on in the season it gets kind of like cemented on like, oh, you're gonna play here, like this is where you work best, and it kind of just improves the offense is going on because like as Coach Will said, like if it starts up front, and if up front isn't doing a job, nobody else, so like it just bleeds into everybody else because like the center doesn't get the snap, then like the play doesn't go anywhere for real. And I just think that we're coming along, but we just gotta stay focused. Gotta remember our assignments.
Coach Wells talked a little bit about just how exciting it is to play an undefeated team, one of the top ranked teams in the country. But I'm curious, for you guys, the players in the locker room, how are you talking about it amongst yourself as, you're getting ready for practice in between reps with the game just being a couple days away?
I think it's amazing to come in be a part of the game Saturday going against I think they're ranked number 4, number 3 in FCS, and it's just the energy around that is just so amazing, and especially to be playing at home and Roy Kidd just to give them the best we've got, honestly. And then I think coming into practice this week it's just got to be way different than last week, like more mentally focused, more physically focused, like in meetings more mentally focused, just like asking questions, spending extra times with your coaches. It just means the world for real.
Do you think that's going to happen coming off the heels of the last game and going into this sort of matchup? Have you gotten the vibes already that, maybe that mental switch has been flipped?
Absolutely. I think that last week when coach told us that like our mental wasn't there, but our physical was there, and then that kind of showed up in the game Saturday. I think now we're gonna correlate that. I know we're gonna correlate that into this game Saturday and in practice this week.
All right. Braden, thank you so much for your time. Media members, thanks for being on the call today.
Appreciate you
And
guys.
we look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. Thank you.